Now, David Beckham has been knighted by King Charles today for his services to sport and charity. The former England and Manchester United player has said he feels immensely proud. He was joined by his wife Victoria, now known as Lady Beckham, for the ceremony at Windsor Castle. Let's get the thoughts of showbiz journalist Stephanie Takyi. Wow, Stephanie, what a day. This has been a long time coming, hasn't it? Why have we been waiting so long for Sir David Beckham? And he's been waiting so long.
Leigh-Ann, this has been a super long wait for Sir David Beckham. You know, he's arguably one of the best footballers in the world, and his charity work supersedes him. But this has been 11 years in the making. You know, there was first conversations. He was on the cusp of becoming a Sir in 2014. But unfortunately, at the time, he was involved in an alleged tax avoidance scheme, which was later deemed legitimate. But at the time, he was bypassed in 2014. And then 2017, there were those leaked emails in which he took a swipe at the honour committee, you know, because they disregarded him again. But now it's all water under the bridge. And 8 years later, it finally happened today with King Charles. And I'm glad it was King Charles because they've had a quite close friendship, both of them, due to their love of gardening and beekeeping. So I'm glad that King Charles gave him that nod. Also in attendance was Victoria Beckham, his wife, who actually designed the three-piece suit he wore. And his parents were there, Ted and Sandra. And after the ceremony, David spoke about whether they will be calling him Sir David Beckham at home. Here's the clip.
We're just waiting.
If they would like to call me Sir Dad or, you know, or Sir Son, they can. But no, it's going to take some getting used to, people saying it, but no, it's just a huge honour. You know, it's a huge honour to be here at Windsor Castle. It's a huge honour to receive this from His Majesty the King, and you know, it's all round a very special day for us.
Stephanie, I always love David Beckham because he's so honest about how emotional he is, and he always puts his emotions on the line, and we saw that when he played football and when it comes to his family. But we all remember Buckingham Palace, don't we? We remember that when Victoria was a Spice Girl, and now she is officially Lady Beckham, isn't she? And I think this is a great honour for her too. She's always been by her husband's side.
Yes, they are definitely, when you think of showbiz couples, David and Victoria Beckham are definitely up there. You know, they've been married for over 20 years and they really do have a strong union, and they've been by each other's sides. Like, David has helped Victoria become the fashion designer she has become today. And also Victoria has stood by David's side through all of the controversies in his career. But let's get back to basics, Leigh-Ann. Her name is Posh Spice. So now she actually can back up these credentials. So it's usually offered to a wife of someone who's become a Sir. It's optional, so she could have said no, but I think Victoria Beckham liked the ring of Lady Victoria Beckham. And I think it suits her too.
Yeah, it definitely suits her. But I always remember her being Posh Spice in the Gucci dress. So she's always sort of been, you know, of that ilk. And let's talk a little bit about both Victoria and David, because I have loved their Netflix programs that have been on. They've been really interesting. They've been so successful. We saw David gardening. We saw Victoria preparing for her Paris fashions show. Are we likely to see more of these Netflix series? And also, has this added to their global superstardom? Because, Stephanie, some people are younger than us and might not remember Posh Spice.
Yeah. Definitely, Leigh-Ann. I think there is an appetite for the Beckhams. I think over the past 2 years, like, there's been so much focus on both of them due to these Netflix shows, but also in their personal family life. There's been the fallout of Brooklyn Beckham, and then you have their other 3 children who are also growing up. So there's always going to be this attention on the Beckham family. But I think both of them are also heading into different arenas. Like David Beckham, he's just launched a honey fruit-based snack called Bia, and he's really getting into his green fingers, and he just edited a magazine of country life. So I think there'll be room for him to show this other side to him away from the pitch and also with his charity efforts. And next year is 30 years since the Spice Girls were formed, and there's that big question whether Posh will join them for a tour or a reunion tour or a documentary. So I think for Victoria, it's definitely going to be Spice Girl related, but I think for David, it will be less sports and more about his passions.
Stephanie, I don't know about you, but I will forever be a Spice Girl because I would love to go and see that reunion. 30 years, I just doesn't seem real, does it?
Leigh-Ann, it makes me feel old.
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking the same thing. I remember when I had all their tapes, but Stephanie Takyi, thank you so much.
Thank you.